So you're starting to build a relationship, or maybe you're in one with a dismissive avoidant attachment style, and suddenly they stop answering. You haven't heard from them over text message or phone call. They're not getting back to you. Well, what do you do? In today's video, I'm going to break exactly that down loud and clear with very simple steps, and also how to know when you should keep investing in something versus when to set healthy boundaries. And I'm hoping this video today will be a really effective, beneficial guide for you on the journey to this particular situation. So I'm choosing this topic today because we have so many questions that come in about what a secure person would do in situation X, Y, or Z. So I decided to create a bit of a series here where we would really discuss and open up these topics and this dialogue. So first and foremost, one of the most important things to realize is that secure people feel confident stating their needs and receiving their needs. They feel really confident negotiating their needs. And it's not because they have a sense of arrogance around their needs. It's because as a child, the secure person grows up with positive reinforcement around the expression of their needs. So it basically conditions a person to come to believe that they are worthy and deserving of having those needs met. It's basically you get this reinforcement that says, hey, it's okay to have needs. This is normal. This is healthy. This is how it should be, essentially. So it becomes a person's baseline or standard, sort of like their set point from which they believe communication should unfold. So when a secure person is in a relationship with somebody else and they don't get a call back, the first thing that happens is they don't tend to make it mean something about themselves. So we'll see sort of an absence of a lot of core wounds that are related to insecurely attached styles. So we won't see the secure person make it mean, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not lovable. I'm not worthy. I did something wrong. I am bad. It's my fault. I'm about to be abandoned. There isn't that meaning that the person tends to give to it, which actually tends to help them to see another person a little bit more effectively, right? Because when we're not making it mean something about ourselves, there's room to actually empathize and try to understand what's going on from a different person's perspective, which in turn is more likely to facilitate better communication. So if I don't have this like wound that's there in my conditioning and my programming at a subconscious level that jumps to, oh my gosh, it's my fault. I did something wrong. I'm bad. Or the person doesn't like me, or I'm going to be rejected. Then I can be like, oh, what's going on with that person? Maybe they had a hard day. Maybe they are going through a hard time at work. Maybe they're busy and they forgot. Maybe they don't realize how much it's important for me to discuss, being consistent in a relationship and having a call back and having a two-way sort of communication here. So the first thing is that the person recognizes their unmet need and then they don't personalize it. And then, so that's sort of our second thing. Now, our third thing becomes then they go about communicating it from a regulated space. So they would probably get curious first. So you might see somebody go, hey, is everything good? We didn't get a chance to connect yesterday. And I know you said you were going to call back. So just wanted to see what happened. And they would open it from a place of curiosity. It wouldn't be like passive aggressive curiosity where it's like, hey, I noticed you didn't call me back. Like, did something bad happen to you? Like there's no tone in it, right? It would be sort of like, hey, is everything good with you, from your end? And then they would proceed once they sort of had the information. The person said, I forgot, or I didn't feel like talking on the phone, whatever it might be. The secure person would then turn around and communicate what they do need and why it matters to them. And from a place where they're not blaming the other person, but simply coming from their perspective and wanting to share with the other person the information necessary to be able to have those needs met. So they might turn around and say something like, hey, I totally understand we get busy sometimes, but for me, consistency is really big in a relationship. And so I wanted to let you know, if you ever can't call back, just do me a favor when you can and at least try to shoot me a text and let me know that we'll touch base the next day or something along those lines. And that would really make me feel good. So they'll share that information in a very clear, very specific way without this undertone of like anger or frustration, without personalizing it. But they're letting that person know, hey, this is what's important to me in a relationship. And of course, if the person never shows up and tries to make the difference from the other end, right? They just don't call when they don't feel like calling and they never end up shooting the text. The secure person may turn around and reconsider the relationship. They might be like, this is an important need. Person that I'm with is not really showing up in this area. And yet I've communicated consistently, this is important to me. Maybe I don't want to end up committing to a longer term relationship with this individual. And again, it would be based on other things happening in the relationship, how long the couple's been together. Is this like sort of the dating stage? How important is it that there is this consistency around calling back and communication to the secure person? So these are some of the key things that you're going to see in terms of this facilitation of communication between the secure person and their partner. So if you want to do a deeper dive into actual communication in relationships and you want some free resources to help you really move to the next level, we actually have a course inside the Personal Development School called the Communication Scripts course. And it actually has all of these scripts for like how to tackle challenging situations and break them down. And we have 60 different potential situations based on attachment style. So an AP not getting called back, an FA, a DA. But we have all different types of situations. Somebody pulling away, somebody ghosting, and how to actually communicate about these things and through these things. And you can check that out for free for 7 days using the link in the description box below. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.